we go. Taking a look at Season 1, Race 9 at Okayama Full. First, let's start up with me, because it's one of my favorite topics. I had so much fun and experience in this race. It's the longest I've ever been in a train. Typically, I'm in for a couple of laps. I might be near traffic, and then it's me doing hot laps all by myself. And I was in a train working draft, feeling draft, whole new situation, and we're talking for the whole first stint, which was like 28 laps, I think, 27, 28 laps, and then even post that, there was still then it was a lot of management trying to figure out and strategize whether we're gonna make it through to the end. Absolutely loved it. A lot of good, just so enthralled. Perfectly clean, beautiful start there by everybody on a rolling start. Congrats to everybody. And now let's move to our Jeff. Wins another one, brings in another one. Awesome work, and clean too. Just super clean, super fast. Beautiful stuff. We've got some new fast inspiration from the top of the field with Barrett joining us. And then we've got Robert, Mr. Elder, made it in with us for his first race with us last night as well, and good spirited gentleman, putting in some good laps. And let's go. I just saw our first incident of this review, so let's move right to that. Oh, so many cars facing the wrong direction on lap 1. Well, this is not the result of an aggressive move. It is lap 1, and we have some standards set aside for that, but it's not an aggressive move here. There's some netcode involved, and there's some misinterpretation and prediction going on with the pack. But it wasn't there's no intentional or aggressive moves here to really see fault in. But under our Season 1 driving standards, track etiquettes, this would fall to a strike for the car in this front screen right here. And looking at it with what we're looking forward to for Season 2, we have the aftermath that transpires from this, which would elevate this mild punt into a critical, and I would go with the lowest point value on that critical, due to the fact that there's some shared responsibility on all this aftermath, as many of the cars that get collected aren't even on the brakes prior to impact. So there's fault to be shared on that, which would incorporate some points to be distributed amongst the cars that actually get involved in this aftermath. Going back a little bit before the actual incident on here, because we have a near off track. Just lost some pace. We've got to look from behind. And then we've got a mild punt with a good save by Gilberto. For Season 1 standards, I would categorize this as a racing incident. We have a good save by Gilberto after the it's a punt, but whether how hard it is or whatnot, I'm not too sure about. But there was good reason for the look on the inside after that near, maybe probably off track coming through the previous turn. So we have a decision to battle, and then a decision to back out of it, and then just a misjudgment that didn't calamitize in any way. There's no position gains. Any damage that is involved was to the car doing the punting. With the front end there. So I'm inclined to go racing incident for Season 1 standards. Season 2 standards, this would fall into, this is a punt, but it would not elevate, as there's no spins, there's no position gains, there's no inclement damage. So there would be some points assigned to the blue car there on this one during season 2 standards, but they would be mild, and the punt would not elevate as I just described. Gone way back on this one because it's engaging, and we're going fast forward mode. Racing. Oh, there we have it. Oh, bad camera. Here's the key to me. This is an ongoing, lengthy battle, and the pass is not complete before the turn in here. So what we end up with is a cut nose. There's room shared. Safe racing room is at a minimal there, but we still have a cut. We have a cut across the nose during a lengthy battle. This is going to season 1 standards. I'm not going to do a strike on this one unless it was appealed. Possibly, even still, this is a racing incident due to the length of this battle, and that the one who has cut the nose is the one who suffers from the incident. So going with the racing incident for season 1. Season 2 standards, we do have a cut nose, and it is minor, so there would be no elevation, but there would be some penalty points assigned. Probably not enough to actually make it to a strike or penalty status, but enough where more points assigned over the course of this race could eventually get to 1. I'm thinking, I don't know, 3 or 4 points. Oh, the humanity! My lollipop man will never be the same. Another fast forward. Decision to go around. Smart. Decision, pick and draft. Oh, there's contact. The contact on this one was so light that it pains me to put a strike on this one, but there is a spin out and a position gain, so it requires one. And also we're in a battle. This is a battle for 9th place on lap 30. So I mean, we're just over halfway in. We've probably got 3 guys with fresh tires after their pit coming out and battling into the hairpin. And I also got a heads up after the race from this one by Chapeau, letting me know to look at it because he recognized that the contact was so light that it wasn't showing up on his incident search. So he gave me a heads up on this one to like, hey, don't miss this one in your search. So that's why we're looking at it. And like I say, it pains me to do a strike because the contact is so minimal. And I think personally, for me, that the mistake is actually right here. He chose to move over to the draft over here and ride and probably go around the outside. At the same point, we have a look at a cutback on the overtaking car on the inside. So there's just so many things happen here, and that contact is so minimal. But it looks like if Chapeau had stayed behind here and had worked that line on the inside, then this might not have happened, because then the cutback opportunity wouldn't have been there. Or even if he had gone a little bit, dove here to the inside to take advantage of that open hole, then we wouldn't have had a punt. We might have had some side by side or some shunt action, or so it would have gone differently. I can only think either, well, if anything, a mistake is just not good enough brakes here for this, because that cutback is a valid option here in that hairpin. So it pains me to put a strike on this one, especially since it was his own admission of it on here. But as he left me in his private message was, hey, you might have to give me a strike and I'll take it, but don't miss it because the contact is so light. So there we have that. For strike season 1 standards, that's a strike. Season 2 standards, it definitely wouldn't be elevated. It is a punt, so it would be on the mildest resolve there for a punt. Got a very mild one coming up here that I'm involved in. I got my little attrition banner there going on my windshield, and very mild punt. that has got some netcode involved in it, and this is lap 40 with our little 3-car chain battle that's been going on all race long. And there's no result here. Season 1 racing incident. He's actually the one who backs out of it here and loses a position after the punt. I personally feel slightly to blame for this one because I was, ooh, look at that, where'd it go? Boom! Because I felt off pace going through this. We've been through here many times there, without incident. A couple times we had some other. Oh, I can't get it. Had some. We've been through here. I mean, lap 40. We've been doing this all race long. I felt like I overbraked and kind of missed my marks on this one, so I felt like I was under pace, and we got some netcode. Like I say, season 1. Racing incident. Only negative effect is from the punter losing a spot here after he got off to make sure nothing bad happened. Kudos for that. And season 2, minimal, like probably a 1 point A. There's contact there without just because got to do something there because it's a punt. So I believe that would fall into the minor 1 point. That right there is our race winner, Mr. Jeff Lovell, getting ready to complete his final cross the finish line for his final lap of this 56 lap race. So there he goes. Lap 56 has begun. It'll be interesting how many people are pitting here for a stop and go on the white flag lap for 56 laps. Best stats of the season so far here on Race 9 with 10 cars on the lead lap. Congratulations, everybody. That's dramatic here. That's a big stat that we've seen with usually 2, sometimes 1, 3, and 4. We've seen a steady improvement. That is our best this season, and it's even continues there with 3 cars only 1 lap down, 1 car 2 laps down, and then we have 3 cars. Getting too much damage there from that first one aftermath pile up. Who tried to carry through, get some repairs done, had some number of solo spins, just dealing with too much damage. Who decided to retire early, and so Jeff's finishing his victory, his lap 4 victory here. But he did not have the fastest lap. Our newcomer, I'm gonna go with Mr. Barrett, because I'm not sure if I'm reading Fate, or Fault right now. But so Mr. Barrett pulls in the fastest lap with a 147.1, 3.5 tenths of a second faster than Jeff, our race winner. Good showing there on night 1. Great stuff. Excited to see the changes implemented with season 2 coming up. We've got 2 strikes on this race and 2 deemed racing incidents for season 1 standards. And we've got new season coming up with a new CSC session, new implementation, new penalty system being implemented. I know that's kind of goofy. So on a gentleman's kind of standards and reputation, I'd love it if everybody shows up and can serve those strikes as fit, and that would be great. But everybody's going to be aware that the new system's coming, so we'll have a clean slate for everybody. So on one hand, I'd like everybody to come through, show the gentleman thing, serve their penalties, enjoy a good race. On the other hand, I kind of want to promote everybody to just show up, know that they're going to be gone, and wipe with the new system coming up and get out there and enjoy a good race. But that goes against my my desire for stricture and rules and regs. So I'm gonna promote the reputation aspect, where show up if you can and serve those little penalties, and then look forward to season 2 being the new system and a good way to go. I'm going to end it there. Great stuff, everybody. I had such a good time in this race. I'm going to cut this before we get to the 15-minute mark on this review. Later. Practice smart. Stay up.